What's going on, everybody? It's Dealer here back again with the RDX crew. We've got everybody here tonight. And before you guys go crazy, yes, the title is legitimate. We got some stuff to talk about in regards to an Xbox One X overheating. We've got stuff on the Destiny 2 flop, quotation marks there, and, of course, a lot more. But, as always, we want to introduce people, let people file in while we get going. Of course, we're going to start with Southbound. Bro, how you been, man? We missed you last week. What have you been up to?
Working, brother. Just, the daily grind, trying to, make that almighty dollar, make the world go round. Because, I can't afford an iPhone X and an X1 X. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you duct tape them together, and then they turn into something else. So
yeah, well, not that I'd buy a fucking iPhone anyways. I'm all about that Android game, but you know how it is. Work happens, life happens. But I'm back today. I rushed home, so
yeah. And before we really. I hope they're doing well. We're about to put on a great show for them. And what I was going to say is before we really get into the rest of the people, thanks for joining us early, guys. If you are, hit that like button, retweet it if you can. And, of course, just know that if the PS4 Pro were overheating legitimately, we'd be talking about that as well. We're going to talk about what is going to be talked about. And ultimately, I think it's good to get it out there from a sensible point of view. People are going to run with this, and they already have started running with this, and we're going to get it out there properly. So I hope you guys can respect that. Luca, what have you been up to? How you been?
Oh, I've been doing really good, bro. Not doing too much. Well, yeah, actually, I've been doing a lot. I'm on that Destiny life, but
you and everybody else.
It's addicting, man. It's bad. It's pretty bad. But I'm happy to be here. I'm happy Southie's back. I'm happy Fonz is back. I'm happy Colt's back. I'm happy All Day's back. Like, it's kind of nice to have the full panel here.
I'm glad you said me first,
Yes.
Fuck all the rest of you guys.
But yeah, I'm ready to get into these topics tonight.
All Day, how you been, brother?
I've been pretty swell. Nah, what's going on, man? Just playing Destiny 2, working. That's about it. Pretty simple week.
You hear South in the background? Whoa.
Yeah, hey, he already knows. He already knows the struggle because it'd be like 4:00 in the morning. He's like, dog,
hey, I swear to God, this is what I hear. Hey, Sal, did you get to that checkpoint? What the fuck was that? Sal be knocked out, man. It should be so funny. It'd be Sal. His character ran into the fucking wall. I'm like, what?
Stop it! You know what? Always fuck.
all right. We gotta get to it. We gotta get to Fonz really.
Fucking falling asleep. Stop it.
You both do it. You're both really bad. But Fonz, early, how you been, brother? What have you been up to?
Hey, what's up, man? Destiny. What else? I want to say what's up to all the friends out there of the show and the frauds because we love you too. But yeah, man, Destiny has been taking over my life right now, and I've got an important message later about it. We'll talk about that in a minute. But anyway, yeah, that's what I've been up to, man.
Well, Colt, I know Destiny isn't taking your life over, and that's great. I mean, at least there's two of us in this podcast right now. How you been?
That's right, brother. I've been really good. Racked up some achievements this week. Oh, crap. I sounded like Crap Gamer, didn't I? I got
rack them up.
I think I got like almost 200 gamer score this weekend playing through the Master Chief Collection. Just having fun. I freaking missed.
You mean you didn't just pop in the fucking Gears of War 4 and get like 120 gamer score for nothing?
I got like 260 or some shit from that.
Yeah, that was pretty nice. I popped it in, all of a sudden, like bleep, bloop, bloop, bloop. I was like, here, let me know. Hold on.
We are already digressing like a bunch of assholes. Colt, how have you been, man? Come on, let's get to this.
I've been good. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I missed the achievement pop. It's just not there unless you're on Xbox. It's got the best achievement animation. It's like every time I see it, I'm like, yes.
All right. Well, as always, we're going to start with some smaller topics, and we'll work our way towards the meaty stuff. If you don't have time to wait around for what you want to hear about, come back after it uploads. Of course, that's kind of the universal law of podcasts. Destiny 2 sales down 58% over the first week compared to Destiny 1. And, of course, this comes to us from the UK side. There are several reasons as to why. I want to state these real quick before we get into what everyone's opinions are. But, as you guys hear already, Destiny flopped, this, that. Basically, the game is now next generation only, so you've got no 360 and PS3 version. Digital is also bigger and better than ever, and it's going up. I think it's 70% digital margins now, which is pretty ridiculous. It launched on a Wednesday, which cut its weekend short, or its week short in terms of its totals. But Bungie did confirm 1.2 million active players during the first weekend. So that kind of shoots all that down. You know, we're trying to basically say, really, it didn't flop. I know Fonz is kind of eager to jump in here on this.
Yeah, it definitely didn't flop. I mean, we got digital sales not being taken into account, and you know what, the game. Matter of fact, today I tried to get in, and it said the servers were busy, and I had to wait because it was full.
They weren't they doing maintenance this morning?
Yeah, they did, and then everybody tried to jump back on at once and filled their servers. It's happening on the PlayStation side, the Xbox side. You know, it's just it's a phenomenon right now. Destiny has taken over right now, and people that say it flopped just don't understand shit about the industry.
Anybody that's saying it's flopped it definitely doesn't play it, because everybody I know, if you look at my friends list, like 80% of my friends list is playing Destiny 2 right now. So if it's flopped, then I'd hate to see a really good selling game.
Yeah,
I can't tell.
Yeah, 2014, like I said, it didn't flop.
With the first one in 2014, digital sales weren't up as much as they are now. I mean, digital sales have really taken off. I've gone digital. Lots of other people I know have gone digital. Taken over.
I remember people were giving me shit when I was on a certain podcast that gave me a rash when I told them that Halo 5 had sold 5 million in 3 months, and I was a fraud for saying that it had sold that much digitally over the physical copies, because at that time, 3 months in, Halo 5 only did 1.8 million physical, meaning that there was about 3.2 million digital left to fill that gap, and that was confirmed by Frank O'Connor from 343. And hey, I was apparently a fraud, but I think people are starting to understand now that really digital is massive, much bigger than people are anticipating, especially on console, where convenience really is king for most people.
And just for a PSA, there is a cream or powder to.
No, I got it. Yeah, I took the bath and the tomato soup and everything. It stills on me. So to this day, I'm trying to get it off me. So
damn, where'd you get it from? A fucking skunk?
Something sounds kind of like a skunk, but yeah, basically, guys, nothing real big there with Destiny 2. People saying it flopped. I'm not a fan of the game, but hey, I'm not gonna lie to you, it didn't flop. Doing pretty well, for better or for worse, without those dedicated servers. Sony website basically says, hey, I'm thinking about getting an Xbox One X instead of building a gaming PC. This comes to us thanks to Dual Shockers, and there's not much to this. I just figured I'd throw that out there. It's pretty cool when you see Dual Shockers talking about getting this over a gaming PC, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's big, man. That's huge.
Anytime you see Dual Shockers give, Xbox some kind of credit or props, or any good light shed towards Xbox is a win in my column.
I agree.
My favorite part of that article was that he asked his hardcore PC gaming coworkers about if he should buy the X or build a PC, and they kept saying, knowing your personality and your type, you won't have the patience to tinker. And it was kind of amazing for me to hear PC gamers say, hey, it's going to be a lot of tinkering and management and stuff you probably won't want to deal with. Go with the ease and convenience of the X, because it's going to do all the stuff you want it to do. I thought that was cool to hear.
All console gamers would build their first PCs. That's what I was told. So I'm just really confused right now. And those builds, of course, are getting more and more expensive. As I posted on Twitter, I posted an RX 580, which is about 6.1 T-flops, at Best Buy, and it was like $350. These cards are going up. That's a $100 increase over what it should be right now, just for those that don't know. So good luck building an equivalent PC in the first place, let alone now. It's not great. Right. Luca, what do you think about this? Dual shockers. Come on.
It's like 2 hot dogs in one bun.
Oh God. Well, I'm glad people are realizing that this is more convenient than building a PC, and it's like powerful enough to get people who are into PCs to even consider it. I think it's a good thing for everyone in the industry, really. Like, I'm really sick and tired of, honestly, I've been sick and tired of this argument for a long time, but I'm tired of PC people getting upset at us and saying, well, I can build, I can build this and something equivalent to the X, like, and I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, I just have to take out this, and this, but still, I'm like, okay, but like,
the whole argument's dumb anyway, because if you're a console guy,
what?
You know.
You know what? A lot of people don't have time or patience to build a rig. You know,
Nor
like
did they
me
want
myself
to.
personally, I couldn't do it. I don't have the patience for it. Like I'd end up breaking the damn thing because I'm like, you know what? Screw this. Where's my Xbox?
Fucking parts flying everywhere. Fuck.
Yeah. Can you imagine me? You know what I mean? All red face and shit, just fucking, tools and hard drives falling all over the place. Like, fuck this. Where's my Xbox? You know what I mean?
South, it isn't even that. Like, I've been gaming on PC for 2 years, like almost exclusively, and the thing that really has drove me crazy is all the time I spend not gaming when I'm trying to fix stuff. I just installed Mass Effect Andromeda back on my PC, to record some footage. I couldn't even get the dang thing to run full screen on my 4K TV. It kept going quarter size. It would come up. It would run under 30 frames per second, even though it's set to 60 hertz. And this is stuff you will never experience on a console. The console knows what it's doing. It'll set it for your TV.
Hey, we can't give too many of our opinions because we'll make them cry. So, bottom line, I'm totally against, you like what you like. Shit.
Yeah, and I'm totally against PCs. So, and it kind of scares me when people start talking about, oh, well, you got to put drivers and this, that, and you have to upgrade this. And I'm just like, that just sounds exhausting.
It's gotten infinitely easier than PC gaming of 10 years ago or so. Like it's not consistent, but each platform has their advantages. You like what you like. It doesn't matter how cheap you can get your PC for, because ultimately many of us, myself included, really we're console guys. So I don't give a fuck if you could get it cheaper. I still prefer the console. So that's just the bottom line.
Yeah, I mean, accessibility is king. To me, in my opinion, you know what I mean? Like, plug and play, that's appealing. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and I also want to say that as someone, I did consider trying to build a PC or getting someone to build it for me, but it was too daunting, and I was looking up all these articles and these YouTube videos, and it stressed me out. And I was like, I don't want to go through all of this. I just want my stuff to work. And I feel
think with the X,
a lot of people feel that way.
Though you're not really missing out on much though anymore when the X is.
People fail to realize just buying Windows itself is over $100.
No, they'll find a site or they'll find a key on a site for like fucking $20 or so, and then that's the one thing, and this is the last thing we're gonna say about PC gaming because we got other more important shit to talk about. But people, when they give you this PC build, which most of the time isn't equivalent, it's got some trash in it, they don't even know what the fuck it is. It's the best case scenario every single time. And they assume that you can build it yourself or will build it yourself every single time. It's not got a lot of these things, including mouse and keyboard, factored in. But once again, don't really want to talk about this right now. Let's talk about Xbox One S. Apparently, someone sent me this on Twitter, thanks to Mike Taz on Twitter. 4K screenshots on Xbox One S. I don't know how legitimate this is, but I saw the screenshot of his screen, and next to certain screenshots, it said 4K underneath it. I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe someone in the chat can tell us. Have you heard anything about this, South?
I have not heard anything about it. It seems to me, not that they're like just go ahead and foregoing the One S, but it seems like the future is what they're focusing on. And I mean, you're gonna see increment, updates, but I doubt they're gonna waste their time, putting that much effort into, the current generation things.
Well, what I want to know is what was the purpose of a 4K screenshot on the S when the only thing that the S will display at 4K is streaming media. Am I correct? So it seems like,
as far as I know,
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, the Blu-ray.
Yeah, what it might have been is maybe he took those screenshots on his PC.
Well, the feature is here, according to this article. This feature is here, according to the article. But I don't know.
Give us a soundbite from that article.
This is from Business Insider. It said the Xbox One S won't play games in 4K, but it has a feature that's even better, and that's 4K ultra high resolution screenshots. But again,
and that's better.
What would you use it for? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I mean,
I'd rather play in 4K than hey, I took a picture in 4K. I can take a picture in 4K on my cell phone. Does that make it any better?
Hey, I put out an album. What album? This 4K photo album on my Xbox. You want to see it?
Maybe it's one of those topics we talk about for 2 minutes, then we move on.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw that. I had never heard about it. I know we're generally in the know, and none of us know what the fuck it is. So I figured I'd ask the chat at the very least. Shout out to almost 400 people watching us live already. Finger bang that like button if you happen to like the show. And of course, I want to talk about Fortnite for a minute. It's getting a PUBG ripoff mode. It's called Battle Royale, and it is essentially a carbon copy of PUBG. Anybody looked into this? It's kind of funny, actually.
No, they know the numbers are lacking and they need to do something. Act of desperation. I mean, the mode might be cool, but I mean, fuck. I mean, PUBG's gonna come out. People are gonna forget about Fortnite. You know, it's kind of lackluster in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm glad I got that refund right away on that game.
You know, I just missed that window. I'm kicking myself in the ass. I think I played it for just like 2 minutes longer than I was allowed to, so I couldn't get my refund.
I see the appeal of it. You know, the building and stuff's great. The game looks pretty good. It's just really grindy. It's obviously a free to play game. If you didn't know, you'll be able to get it free next year. So hang in there. So we paid essentially to play a beta, and they didn't even tell us it was a beta until we bought the game. So I'm surprised there's not more going on with that game, but there is a PUBG ripoff mode coming to Fortnite. Looks interesting when combined with the building stuff. So I want to cover kind of a little bit of what my last video is about. Ark has a 740p mode on the base PS4 and a 720p detailed mode on the base PS4. It's got a 720p mode on the PS4 Pro and a 1080p detailed mode on the PS4 Pro. And this is kind of surprising to a lot of people. I said in the video it's unoptimized, and it kind of sucks for the base consoles. But I do not want this on my Xbox One X if I decide to pick this up. And according to developers, that's not going to be the case. But anyone thinking about getting this on the X?
Not at all. Not at all. This game just looks bad to me. That from the animations, everything about it. I don't know what engine they're using, but it just looks outdated and just.
No, what? Have you seen this game on PC?
Essentially, this game, I got a lot of friends that lost a lot of nights sleep playing this game, trying to raise their dinosaurs. It's definitely a time-consuming game. You do get high rewards out of it. It's a survival-based game. If you're into those types, you have to have a nice creativity. You got to make your own game, basically. Like, you have to find your own fun. It's not just they plop you in the world. You got to figure it out. So if you're into that, go ahead. But
I played a little bit, and I played with Beard, well-known guy from the community, and he built a lot of the bases and everything. So it was nice to piggyback off of him. As for myself, I'm not that great at building worlds and stuff. So it was nice to piggyback off of him. And unfortunately, I fell off and I died 3 weeks prior when I'm gonna jump back in. He's like, dude, you died. Your bones are
they're gone. Your bones are gone.
Yeah. So
maybe my opinion is a bit skewed from seeing the console versions, but they look terrible consoles. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, the Pro one and the detail mode doesn't look bad, but it's kind of a rocky 30 frames, and that's at 1080p.
The one on the Pro doesn't even look good to me. It just doesn't.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know on the X1X, as I showed in the video developer interview, the guy says basically a lot of epic settings coming over, and that's confirmed to be 1440p epic settings. The game is very unoptimized on PC, but if you've seen the PC version, it's using Unreal Engine 4. The game can look very good, and I think people are going to get a bit of a better sense of what that game's supposed to look like while running on the X, because on the base Xbox and on the PS4, it's not pretty. So, not much more to say on that.
Dealer, what do you think about Jeff Keighley's? Was that his name, right? The interviewer guy?
What about the PS4?
Keighley,
yeah, what do you think about the way he was questioning him about the PS4? Was he trying to get him to admit the PS4 Pro was going to be worse, or was he trying to figure out if the Xbox wasn't going to live up, or what did you get from that?
No, he's doing exactly what I would have done. People are shitting on him or whatever, but that's what I would have said. What about, how does it stack up to the PS4 Pro? Because that's exactly what we want to know, right? Especially 2 months ago. So
he was very persistent.
I'm glad he asked that,
Yeah, he's very persistent.
It gives you an idea. And you know how much information came from that developer because of that one question? What about the Pro? So, a bunch of information gave us a lot of kind of ideas of the capability of the X over the Pro, and he said with the RAM and all the stuff they're doing that the Pro and no other console can do, I'd say it's a damn good thing you asked that question, in my opinion. So that's just me, though.
Yeah, it's one of those things that it's what the gamers want to know about. They want to hear about this stuff, and I thought his questions were awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I tried to play it. I couldn't even play it. I couldn't even load the game up. I tried to load it, and it wouldn't work. I mean, it wasn't running anytime smooth or anything like that. Honestly, guys, stay away from this game. You know, wait till you get it on PC or the X1 X. Seriously.
Yes, thanks, All D Digital. All D Digital.
Digi. That was a nice little mix of an Italian, Mexican accent.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. He's kind
I
of
looked down at our.
Very nice, my friend. Very
I
nice.
looked down there to see if D actually jumped in. You totally had me.
All the
Indy says perfect.
All deep inside.
Gosh. Thumbs up for all day,
Oh my
guys.
God.
Give 'em a thumbs up.
Shout out to 400 people watching this live. You scared a few off all day with that All D Digital impersonation, but oh my God. You will soon be able to pay for things like Xbox Live, Xbox Game Pass, using your Microsoft currency or Microsoft account, something like that. Apparently it's requested. It's something. It's kind of a slow week, guys. Okay, it's not for the story about the Xbox One X here. It wouldn't be much to talk about, to be honest. So, yeah, apparently you're going to be able to do this soon. I don't know. Any thoughts?
No.
No.
No
All right.
way.
Well,
That's cool, I guess.
that's cool.
Fact.
All day. What you got for us in regards to the deals with gold and the new releases?
Deals with the gold this week is kind of interesting, man. We got a Namco Bandai sale, publisher sale.
Oh.
And I took some of the games that kind of stood out among the rest. You got Little Nightmares on sale for $23.99 for the complete edition. That game did have DLC, I'm pretty sure. I don't know how.
It's a good game. But yeah, $23 for a $20 game with some DLC that's kind of checkered in terms of its reception. I'm not sure. Is the base game on sale too, or is it just DLC?
I think it's the complete edition that's only on sale right now that I saw. You got XCOM 2, $24.99, the deluxe edition. I'm a big XCOM fan. I haven't really played 2 that much, but I have beaten 1, and it's a tough game. But if you like kind of like strategy mixed with Gears of War, kind of like a turn-based system type game, it got a lot of permadeath. That's like the big push on that game. A lot of permadeath. And there we got a Divinity Original Sin. This game got a lot of awards. It's like a top-down RPG. It's $13.20. It's kind of a weird pricing, but yeah, it's $13.20. And the game won a lot of awards. It's a very deep, rich RPG. If you're into that,
you need 20 cents, bro.
Right? I don't know, man. It's kind of a weird price. You got Fortnite. Fortnite Deluxe Edition.
Is that did they pay you to take it now? I know it's a free to play, so
I don't know. It's Fortnite Deluxe Edition, $44.99. If you guys are interested in that, we just discussed it coming out with a new mode. You might want to pick that up. Tekken 7, dealer's favorite game.
Oh gosh,
that's $41.
I uninstalled that bitch in 10 minutes.
Yeah, Naruto $7.50. So if you guys are anime fans or fans of Naruto, $7.50. And we got Luca's favorite, Dark Souls 3, $12.99.
Hey, great game, pick it up.
Yeah, $12.99.
You know what the problem was with Tekken, bro? Is we just came off Injustice 2, and then we boot Tekken up, and we're like, what the fuck?
It looks terrible. I can't. I love Tekken, but the visuals are. Yeah.
Oh man, you didn't even try, motherfucker. You built this on a cell phone and ported it. So yeah, we got a few people, a few people freaking the fuck out over the Xbox part of the title. Yes, it's legitimate. Frauds, calm down.
Unreal Engine 4, man.
Yeah, well, Tekken 7 on Unreal Engine 4 gets crushed by Injustice 2 on Unreal Engine 3 somehow. I don't know what's going on with some of these developers. So.
And a couple of releases this week. I think next week, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. I know a lot of people are excited for that. If you're into the MCU, you want to play some fighting games. Yeah, there you go. There's been a lot of fighting games this year, man. Well, what else? Dishonored.
How much more you got, motherfucker? Jesus, you got a novel over there?
2 more. Dishonored DLC is coming out. The Death of the Outsider. And you got NBA 2K18, man. That's it.
No, you're missing a couple.
What? What?
couple.
Well,
NASCAR?
he kind of picked with the deals with gold. He didn't.
He's
he-
like overlooking his shoulder. He's like, hey,
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
all
you,
these
you,
gonna
you
be
missed
great.
some.
I just try to say the games that pop, and I'm not saying the
So
ones-
what's all D Digital's favorite games that are kind of on sale this week?
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
All
Star
D
Wars
all
Battle-
D Digital's favorite game this week is Fortnite. I just figured he'd come back and tell us, but I mean, I guess he's sleeping or petting a goat. I don't know.
He's taking to go down for a walk, man.
Halo Wars 2 was shown off on Xbox One X. It was a Gamescom build, unfinished, unreleased. Developers flat out said that it wasn't done. There were missing lighting assets on like the Warthogs and stuff, for instance. Digital Foundry even restated the fact that the game is not done. It's most likely a kind of debug build. And people are still running with this frame rate bullshit on Halo Wars 2 on the Xbox One X. I'm just kind of blown away, right? You got people making videos about 5 frames per second in one spot after Digital Foundry said, this is not complete. So this will get better. Somebody go in on these motherfuckers.
I don't think anybody should be complaining when a game drops down 5 frames. That's not a big deal. That's pretty normal.
The fact that it's not done.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. That's one of the reasons I didn't cover Ark until it came out.
Right? I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean it's like you said, the build was full of all kinds of weird abnormalities that the PC and an X1S version didn't have. So just so you guys know, the game is running at 4K, pretty much ultra settings when you compare it to the PC version. You had all the settings maxed out, as I predicted a long ass time ago on, I think it was Beastfire and Xbox Nation. The game is 30 frames per second. I told you guys it was going to be a CPU intensive game, and it is. So you got 30 frames per second. I'm sure the frame rate will be much more stable, regardless of what the fanboys are putting out there. So, I don't know. Anybody else play Halo Wars 2?
When I seen the game we went to that event on E3. They had Halo Wars 2 running on PC 4K 60. And it looks pretty like, even though I'm not really into Halo Wars 2 like I was one, I mean, it looked kind of inviting. You know what I mean? Just how smooth it looked. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. South, you didn't play it, did you?
No, sir. I don't like RTSs, so I steer clear. Even though I bought it, because I do have to, look out for my peoples at Xbox. But yeah, I didn't play it. I played it for like 5 minutes. So I'm like,
oh gosh, come on.
Expensive donation, buddy.
Yeah.
It's all right.
All day.
It's all right.
You need to slap yourself with a chicken wing, because we were talking about 30 frames per second on the X. You brought up the P. What the?
No, I'm just saying. Period.
Okay. All right.
I heard you.
Slap yourself with a chicken wing. Fonzarelli, I just remembered something. We just covered Destiny, and bear with us, chat. We just covered Destiny, and there was some kind of issue with the game that people are getting pissed about. You never covered this on the show.
That's right. It's a public service announcement for all the Destiny guys out there and girls. Okay, everybody.
What's an announcement?
Okay.
Yeah, I was wondering, but whatever.
If everybody out there playing the game, if you build a second character of the same class and you're trying to go through and level up the second character, when you get to certain parts, like there's some missions you could do for powerful engrams. Those that play know what these are. You're not going to get powerful engrams out of this stuff. The power levels are going to be lower than that second character. So just be wary of that. That they will not. They don't scale right, so don't make a second character of the same class. It's not a good thing to do. They're punishing you for it.
I wonder why they're doing that. It would just because they want you to get all characters. They want you to experience every single facet of the game. Is that why they're doing that?
Maybe partly, but also that some people were power leveling a second character. They were getting to 20, then getting all the gear from their first character over to that character, and they were just automatically like 280 something or whatever, and then they would go for those powerful engrams and they'd decrypt at 290 something or even 300.
Yeah, but come on now, people are gonna figure out a way around that. Yeah. Come on, people find cheats in Destiny all the time. You think
apparently people are pretty angry about it in the forums?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Of course they will.
Yep. They're pretty angry because in the first game you could do that type of stuff, but there wasn't these powerful engrams in the game.
But you also remember or forget that a lot of people like there's like I'm a Titan first guy, so if I want to focus on my Titan, I'm gonna make more than one Titan, you know, and then eventually I'll go for all 3 characters. So, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, they just don't want people getting to that, you know, max power level right away, because there's guys that were hitting 300 already.
Yeah, but people hitting 300, they're on the game like 24/7.
Yeah,
I'm gonna kill myself if I keep hearing about this game 24/7. Jeez.
Well, get used to it for the next 2 years.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, that's what they said. You hear about the first one for 10 years. That didn't work out, did it? So, yeah, it's not my type of game. Shout out to almost 500 people watching us live. Hit that like button if you can. Shout out to the nine radicals that don't even let us tell you what the title's about before you hit the down button. Thank you. You're awesome. We appreciate it. People hate it when you kind of imply that, oh, there might be some negative news. You know,
you clickbait.
Yeah, just hold off. Trust me, I ain't gonna do that kind of shit. So we're gonna give our take on it, and if you kind of respect that shit, you do. If you don't, you don't. It's cool. So there's some stuff coming from Twitter. Apparently, there's some information on a new version of Upload Studio, and of course the screen capture type stuff coming out for Xbox One X. They're reworking this finally because they've been getting destroyed by the what's that other one? Share Factory. Share Factory, everyone knows this. It is better. Upload Studio hasn't been updated in years, right?
So updated since launch, I think, right?
They updated it afterwards, like a year or two after. I don't remember. So this is good for fans, right? Anybody who likes Upload Studio, you want an update. You want it to get better. So, and I don't think anybody here uses it though, right?
Used to. Yeah, used to.
Yeah.
Used to. I used it solely until around 6,000 subscribers, I think. So I know Upload Studio very well. I think it needs work, and I'm looking forward to this, especially if the game captures look great.
It just reminds me of a dad trying to make a homemade video with cheesy transitions. It's really bad, bro.
Well, actually, the Upload Studio was pretty good. I used to use it at the beginning just to put clips together. I wouldn't use any transition, and I export those out. And Dealer and I are hoping that we know the capture will be HDR supported at 4K 60, so you'll get full quality of whatever you record. But we're not clear yet if it exports at the full, 2160p at 60, which it probably will, but we don't know that yet.
Even if it's, it's going to be substantially better than whatever the fuck it's at now. So that's all that really matters. Shout out to Xbot, Lady Foxfire. I think I saw Def Jam Bam and Nuke Nukem in the chat. All kinds of people showing up to support. We appreciate it, guys. But yeah, bottom line, it's going to look great. It's going to look really good. South, what are you looking forward to better captures? You even use this?
I don't use it. So really it doesn't matter to me one way or another. So I'm not a good video guy like my man all day.
Right.
Hey, all day when we were at E3, he made a video off of his iPhone. I was like, damn, that shit came out good. I was like, he did that off his phone? Man,
yeah, man.
Kudos to him. He even put music in that motherfucker. I was like, wow.
Right. Yeah, I mean, hey, Sal, you might.
And I'm not saying that because I was in the video. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying it was a good video.
Hey, Sal. I mean, I seen you post a video on Twitter when we were playing Destiny. So I'm thinking, with that high quality, you might dabble a little bit, or anybody who's not interested, they might interested now.
But the reason because you were popping and locking and we were in sync and shit. I was like, oh shit.
We're gonna have to see this video.
Yeah,
it's on there. You check my my files. It's on there.
All right.
But hey, it's funny because he started dancing and I started dancing after, and it like synced up perfectly. I was like, oh shit, that's dope. So I think I even tweeted it out.
Yeah, I don't think at the beginning of the generation, I don't think any of us saw how powerful something like Upload Studio could be, the ability to share your clips and stuff. We just kind of thought that was kind of a neat little thing, but now it's absolutely quintessential to what is a modern console. Like, imagine if you couldn't do that.
And to its credit, I actually started doing gaming stuff on my YouTube channel because Upload Studio made it possible to capture and to export something out to where I could get to it. So,
yeah. We've got several more things to talk about, but of course, I do not put out the RDX question of the day for no reason. So we want to get to some of you guys' questions, one of my favorite parts. Fonzarelli, that's you. If you want to participate, follow me at dealer_gaming. That's the best way to get your question read live.
Yeah, at who is this Adam wants to know, any idea how much faster the load times will be on the X, judging by the specs, etc. Great show, guys. Keep the preaching up on the X.
50% faster.
50%.
You know what? I was playing with somebody that was on the X, and like the load time for that person compared to mine, it was like, "Are you coming? Are you coming?" I'm like, "Yeah, dickhead. I don't have 6 teraflops. You know what I mean? Give me 30 seconds. Gee."
Yeah. The funny part is we know who he's talking about. So yeah,
he
you're
shall
gonna
not
notice that.
he should not be nameless. You know what I'm saying?
He shall remain unnamed. So
Exactly.
yeah, you're going to notice substantially faster load times. One of the things I think people are underestimating the most about the X, it's going to help that console feel like more of a PC quality experience when gaming. And of course, people overlook it. But and people say, well, I have an external, it's a 7,200 RPM drive, so it really doesn't matter. What you got to remember, though, is you're playing through USB 3, which is going to be a bottleneck of sorts when it comes to loading data and all that good stuff. And when transferring files, you're transferring from a 5,400 RPM drive to a 7,200 RPM drive or vice versa. There's bottlenecks everywhere. So if the internal is a 7,200 and the SATA supports a maximum bandwidth, which it's supposed to, it does support 4K textures, you're going to notice substantially faster load times. You're not going to, as I say, die of old age before you respawn in Witcher 3. You know, you're going to notice that kind of stuff. So be excited. Next question.
Yeah, this one's more of a technical question. This guy wants to know, this is from Mambo Jazz. He wants to know what's the differences, or what will be the differences between Forza 7 on the S and the X, besides 4K, of course.
To my knowledge, you're getting pretty much the PC settings. So increases in detail on each car. You're getting increases on the shadow detail. You're probably getting some kind of better version or a version of some kind of HBAO. I'm not sure there. You're getting the high resolution assets as well. And of course, much faster load times. You're getting the PC version. I've said this since the beginning. So, Forza already looks great, right? That game has always looked really good. So I think if there's any game to really be like, man, I want to really see what this thing can do, Forza is going to look great. Don't get me wrong, but there are other games I think that need the power more. Like Witcher 3, that game was not meant to run on 1.3 teraflops if you see the PC version. So there's just other bigger games that I think can really use the power and really have a much larger disparity between its X1S and X1X version, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And we'll take one more before we get to the next topic.
At Stinking Corpse wants to know, he's asking about the OG Xbox backwards compatibility, but the way he's worded it here, I'm going to change it up a bit, because he's asking about what do we think about if they were to offer a OG Xbox game a month, like a free one every month.
I would
just as long as they don't replace like a 360 title. I mean, they'd have to add it to. Because I don't think I'd play those.
Yeah, you're right. I think I would play certain ones if they became available, but it depends on,
I mean, it's not realistic that they would do that, but I mean, a lot of those original games are kind of rare and hard to find. So if they did offer them to be available, that'd be kind of cool.
I mean, I'd download it, or at least download and then cancel immediately. While we're letting Colt finish his thought, I want to know what you guys think in the chat. 1, if you would take them, or if you would like that. 2, if you really wouldn't touch it, if you're R. Kelly after the court case, let me know. 1, if you want it, if you like it. 2, if you really don't want nothing to do with
it. 2, if you don't want to touch it like it's Usher. Yeah.
No, let it burn. Let it burn.
Hey,
modern.
Usher already, you know what I mean? He already left it there, so what's
it's already out in the field.
It's already there. So what's the problem hitting it twice? You know what I'm saying?
You know what I think?
A lot of people are saying 1, guys. I mean,
and I guarantee you, a lot of those guys are probably older gamers like myself that wouldn't mind seeing some of these older titles.
What I was going to say with this, there's a couple of original Xbox games that I would play, but they already kind of ported them up, like GTA San Andreas. And, I played Star Wars Lego Saga with my kids, but that's already been, they already have a 360 version. So I don't think I would really mess with it much. And I didn't play much on the original Xbox anyway.
Well, the people have spoken. A lot of them would like that. I don't know. Would you like that to replace a 360 game, though? Like, that's kind of, I don't know, guys.
No, I would rather have it tacked on. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
just-
I wouldn't want to get rid of the 360. No.
Yeah, I doubt
Yeah.
they would replace them. I don't think they would do something that crazy. But if they added an extra game and it was an OG Xbox game,
Put
why
them in Game Pass.
Game Pass. Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Well, yeah, the chat has spoken. We'll see what happens. There are no definitive plans on that right now when it comes to Xbox Live or Games with Gold or anything, but they would be very smart to integrate that. Arrow, I don't know if you guys know about this game. I know Luca does. Sold more on the Xbox One than it did the PS4. This is worth noting because, well, the install base is pretty different, and the developer is very surprised. Luca, I know you played this. What do you think?
Well, I actually find it very interesting. How much more did it sell?
I do not know, but I mean, if they're even close, it's like, okay, that's really interesting, you know?
Yeah,
you know, Xbox don't post no numbers. So
that's true. The Arrow dev has been very outspoken in defending the Xbox brand, so maybe it's a good game. You know, it's a good game. I
You
got
think
it.
Cliffy B
so.
should hire him to be his life coach?
maybe for PR elements because he certainly needs it. But maybe some people were like, oh well, it was nice of this dev to say that. Maybe I'll go and check it out. Also, word of mouth, because I know that like a couple of my friends played it back when it first came out, but I had zero interest in it. And then the Arrow dev, he started I heard about him because he was defending Xbox, and then I got the game and I played it. I was like, oh, this is actually a pretty good game. So maybe people picked it up because of that.
Yeah, Armored Raptor likes it as well. He said he likes the game. You played it. What do you think? Is it worth picking up for those that haven't?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot of fun. The music really.
What kind
Really,
of game is it? What is it?
All right, so you're like a little aircraft, right? And then you go on like these rails, and when you're on the rails, it's hard to explain, but the music tunes with you being on the rail, and if you don't get it accurate, then the music stops, it goes off.
Guitar Hero with a spaceship, basically. Okay.
Basically, but the music fades out, and then as long as you're on the rails, you can hear the music clearly, and the music it's really good. It's really trippy, so I like it.
Indy says, all right, guys, I'm going to go play Lawbreakers by myself. You probably literally would be at this
Noof just
point.
called it ball.
Hey, has anybody checked those numbers lately for Lawbreakers?
Yeah, they're worse than they were.
Yesterday, they're at 238 peak daily. Wait. Compared to Paladins at 15,000. Paladins been out like a year.
So
how many
238, that's it? Just 238.
It's like I think Valve had more people playing at that point. I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
Wait, 200 and
yes, really Luca, 238. It's that
That's
bad.
That's really bad.
Oh,
That's
man.
really bad.
Yeah. Call that life coach, Cliffy. Call that life coach. We gotta give another shout out to almost 500 people watching live. Hit that like button if you are enjoying the show as we get towards the latter half, the more juicy topics. I guess that's all opinion, isn't it? Okay, new Xbox exclusive. It's called Ancestors Legacy. It's a new PC and Xbox One exclusive, so it's a console exclusive to Xbox. It is a RTS, and I watched the gameplay from it. My only concern is I didn't see any real base building, and I'm an RTS fan, so, hey, it is what it is. If it's your kind of thing, it's your kind of thing. Anybody else in here looking at this Ancestors Legacy?
Nope.
South?
No, sir.
We probably got 30 people in the chat Googling it right now.
Right.
It looked like an RTS with production value, which is good. There's a camera mode that kind of puts you in the action. They said it's an RTS with story, where story matters. I don't know. I mean, I like RTS games, so this one's kind of.
When we bring up RTS, it just don't even include me into the conversation because I'm.
I think there's going to be more. We're going to see more of these games, these style of games, pop up for keyboard and mouse support on the Xbox.
Probably,
probably, but not that they need keyboard and mouse support. But
it's just another exclusive coming to PC and Xbox. I guess we need that.
I mean, it's Cole. Do you like RTS games?
No, I've never. They were hot back in the 10 years I was not gaming.
Yeah, RTS games. RTS games got so overly saturated that it caused a crash of sorts and almost killed the genre. Like
the 90s, I would assume, right?
Yeah,
StarCraft, baby.
Yeah, Taylor, did you play StarCraft?
Oh, yeah.
Wait. Does Roller Coaster Tycoon count? Because I played the crap out of that game.
Hey,
1 and 2, baby. I almost flunked out of a college class because of it.
Yeah, let me finish. We used to have a Roller Coaster Tycoon on the original Xbox. I had that bitch. It was fun.
Yeah,
It's really good.
I like to see that kind of
So
stuff.
there you go. There's my request.
Wow. The moment you all been waiting for.
Cole,
Zip Tycoon.
were you one of the 20 people that bought Scream Ride?
No,
No,
that's
no,
not.
nope,
I don't
nope.
even know what that's like a physics based.
You mean the 15 people?
Playground.
Yeah, Southbound said it was his favorite game of all time, but I don't really know where he's coming from.
Damn it! I told you that in secret. Right?
That is Loco Cycle or whatever it came out at launch. Remember,
Oh,
they never heard about that
Jesus.
after day 2.
Amazing.
Oh, good.
You're pushing into some better territory.
Fonz, give us a few more questions, bro. We got to get through more of these. I feel bad. We never get through more than 3 or 4 every show.
Yeah, well, that's because about 50% of them, guys, are like joke questions or just bullshit. Come on now, get some.
Now, define bullshit.
on,
Is it like stuff we've already answered, or is it
No,
stuff
that's
that other
messed
people
up.
have
'Cause
asked?
what if someone actually put their heart and soul into a question,
Okay,
and you're
okay.
like,
All right, Sal.
"Yo, you come on, bullshit question, man. I'm gonna go fucking slap my wrist."
Yeah, all right, South. Let me give you one of the as an example. Can you plug an iPhone X into the Xbox One X to increase the CPU power of the Xbox One X?
Jesus.
You know what? Maybe they were actually legit. Wanting to know.
shit.
They were.
That's not a bad
curious
idea.
about it.
No, that's a good little.
They're like, is it plug and play? You know what I mean? Because I
No,
get
as
an
of right
extra-
now, I can't even plug my fucking iPhone into my Xbox and charge it. So I doubt that.
Yeah.
I really doubt that.
Okay, so Tyler Poole wants to know opinions, guys, on light mode coming to the Xbox dashboard. Do you think it'll launch before the day Xbox X comes out, or do you think it'll launch the day of?
South, you lead on this one.
I have no clue. I doubt it.
You know what? I'm excited for the light and dark thing, but I wish we could put our own colors, just like blue, red, green, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. Is it in the preview program?
Yeah, it is right now. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the light and dark mode, it's kind of like the Twitter light and dark mode.
Yep, same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I just got an update right now. So ask me in about 30 minutes or so.
Yeah, man. You know what I'd like to see come to the Xbox? I'd like to see dynamic themes.
Yes.
I still think they're on the way, but I just want to see it already.
Dynamic themes absolutely need to happen. So.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know. This is a petty thing, but I really don't like when you click on something. The noise you click on something on the Xbox One, I just boom, boom. I hate that shit.
Can you turn it off?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's like I never remember the settings in my life.
I've been there. Just fuck settings.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I knew it. Slap yourself with a chicken wing again.
You know what?
Oh my god.
Your name is Fonzarelli. Relax.
Your name is Fonzarelli. Relax. Slap yourself with a chicken wing again all day. Go eat a hot dog in the corner. So we're gonna talk about what
chicken wings. You're making me hungry. God damn.
Hey, all day. What do you think about this Witcher 3 getting a PS4 Pro patch soon, according to the developers? I know you're not playing it on the Pro, but
I mean, it's a good thing. I mean,
I know it's getting you
salivating
over this game.
Yeah, I mean, everybody should be able to play that game at a better fidelity than what they experienced it. You know what I mean? It's a good game. I don't know if people will go back and purchase it again. I don't know what's the price on it right now.
It's like $25 for the complete edition.
Oh, yeah, that's a steal. I mean, especially with the Pro support and One X support. I think people should go out there and support that game some more, man.
I find it interesting that they're doing that because they said that they weren't going to.
No, they changed the tune after they decided to patch it for the X.
Yeah, that makes sense.
More interestingly, I'm looking forward to this just because I want to see the analysis on it. If Digital Foundry ever start doing more on games we give a fuck about,
yeah,
they said they had the Assassin's Creed one ready to go, but they still haven't released it. So
yeah,
I don't know, but I want to know what they did with the Pro, and that's going to give us more of an idea of what the approach they're taking with the X. But you can know that, of course, the X is going to have much better results. I love The Witcher. People know that. I'm looking forward to the patch. You should too.
Yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to it so I can finish the game.
Yeah, I agree. And like you were saying earlier, Dealer, I'm looking forward to those load times being significantly better because it's pretty bad.
Like, you played The Witcher more than I have. And I know you know what I'm talking about when I say you die for your respawn. It's kind of crazy. Okami HD coming to Xbox One. Any thoughts on this? Anybody in the chat know what the fuck I'm talking about right now?
What game is that?
Okami.
Okami with the wolf or the dog or whatever the fuck?
I think it's a wolf.
Yeah, I beat that game on PS2 a long time ago. It's a good game.
Damn.
I think it was a GameCube game, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm a total fraud. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
either, South.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good game.
It was
Yeah.
like Recore, but old.
It was
And
like
Segway.
Slap yourself with a chicken.
Not just a wing, the whole fucking chicken.
The whole
Slap
chicken.
the shit out you.
A rotisserie chicken.
Hey, I wanted to ask the chat, since none of us know or really even give a fuck what Okami is, to be honest. I had a question for everybody, really, especially the chat, especially those that do not own an Xbox One or PS4 right now. What can Microsoft do to get you to upgrade to the next generation? Now, believe it or not, there are plenty of people that have not done this yet, and I guess they're kind of a lost cause, but it might be a question worth answering because there's a big market there. What do you think in the chat that Microsoft could do to entice somebody who's not on an X1 to come over and actually upgrade from the 360 finally?
Yeah,
What I
dude,
want to know is who still has a 360?
well, see, that's interesting you say that because there's a question here from Astree
King
Game.
Cheetah says give hand jobs. There it is. I mean, that was so simple.
Shit.
Yeah, Astree Gaming
I'll
was
buy
asking.
3.
He said he's moving from the 360 to the X1X. What games should he get first?
Oh, so that's a question. Who's that from?
Astree Gaming.
Astro Gaming.
Oh, wow. Shout out to you, bro. You come from 360 to X1X. You kind of waited, I guess, the perfect amount of time, really, because you're getting the real deal here on the 7th of November. What games do you guys think you should get? Let's all give him 2.
Well, first of all, I just want to say that, damn, man, he's going to get the X1X from the 360. His eyeballs are just going to
Oh,
pop
yeah.
out of his head, man. Like that's insane to go from last generation to the, almost a leap into the next generation with the X. 4K.
Almost. It is a leap.
Crap, you missed a lot of really good games over the past 3 or 4 years. So it's
Which
kind of
ones
hard.
would you recommend, Colt?
Personally, right away, I would recommend Wolfenstein: The New Blood and Dying Light, since those are some of my favorite games, and they aren't exclusives.
That was great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you need to play those games.
Was
And they weren't
Witcher
available
on 360 and PS3?
No.
Okay,
Nope.
well that's
Yeah,
one
Witcher
right there.
3
That's
was-
one of the best of the generation so far.
Arsenio Smith says Witcher 3 and Sunset Overdrive. What about you, all day?
I'll tell him Gears 4.
Yeah.
Gears of War
Yeah.
4 is a good one.
Destiny 2,
Halo.
I'll take you under my wing and I'll help power level you. So yeah.
Is that some kind of position I've not heard? Power level.
Power level.
No. That was Colt.
It's kind
Remember,
of like a wheelbarrow, but you know.
Colt said he was a power bottom. That was different.
No, it's another good one on the Master Chief Collection, too.
Hey, dealer, I
Nah.
gotta say, you were asking what it would take for Microsoft to bring someone up from the 360 to the X1, and they just did that last week. They were handing out the Xbox One with 3 games for what, $250, and now the Battlefield 1 bundle Xbox One S is like $200,
Mhm.
right?
Damn.
So it looks
Yeah.
like Microsoft is doing everything they can to pull those last 360 customers up to the X, up to the
Yeah,
Xbox
and
One.
don't forget that once you buy the console, if you're kind of tapped, EA Access.
Yeah, that's true.
In all seriousness, you got Assassin's Creed that's going to look phenomenal on the X. That's day one
Oh,
buy.
yeah.
I would recommend The Witcher 3 and then Dragon Age Inquisition.
Nuke Nukem says Microsoft should put basically broadcast the current 360 users kind of when you boot it up. It's kind of like booting up Gears of War Ultimate Edition. You get a message about Gears 4 to this day,
Oh.
right? When they boot up the 360, they should have a video pop up, and it just basically show you why this thing's going to blow your face off, right?
That's a good idea.
Why the X1X is worth upgrading to and more. So that's a good idea, Noof, as well. Pushing a broadcast out to people.
Somebody in the chat brought up GTA 5, and I'm wondering, do you think that, because it's such a cash cow that maybe they might do something for the X, maybe visually?
I don't know. It's Rockstar. Just 80 million copies later. I just don't think.
Yeah,
They
they've
It's
already
still
made their money and continue to make money. They don't need to do anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It should sell itself as it is.
if you're a RPG fan, Witcher 3 is an absolute must. If you're joining the current generation, and if you're a racing fan, obviously Forza Motorsport's always been the best to me anyway.
Fallout 4
So
is another good one to get.
Fallout 4
Yeah.
is great as well.
Crap,
There's just-
Astrid, there's so many games.
There's a lot, yeah. And really, I'm going to give the people what they've been asking for here. Talking about the Xbox One X. Overheating, yes, this is legitimate, though there are some things that we want to talk about. Now, of course, this comes to us thanks to Andrea Renee. You can see this. You can watch this on video, her talking about her time with an Xbox One X in an ice-cold room while playing Shadow of War. The console overheated twice. Now, all day, what did you say was going on with this thing? Exactly, right?
Basically, she was playing a vertical slice of Middle Earth Shadows of War, and the console just shut off on her. It didn't give her any warning, anything. It just, she said it was kind of in an enclosed space where they had the console sitting. It was like
surrounded by PS4 Pros.
Somebody said vapor chamber makes it impossible to overheat. No, it does not. Trust me.
So
if you game on PC, you know that.
Out of all the units that were next to her, she's the only one that suffered this issue. She said it happened twice. So
it didn't help that it was under.
You know what? Hey, she's so hot. You know what I mean? The console just said, "Holy."
Hang on, no. Didn't you say it was a dev kit though, right?
Yeah, it was a dev kit. It wasn't
a.
She asked if it was a retail version. She said they said no.
PC.
It's like the Red Rings of Death all over again, guys. It's
oh my god.
Does the dev kit have the vapor cooling?
It does, but a 1080 Ti has vapor chamber solution or can, and those can still overheat and throttle as well. So trust me, it's possible. And according to her, it was a dev kit, which, like I've said before, and I've told people this running, and this is why we want to cover this. For one, Xbox One X overheating, because people are saying this, right? Mm-hmm. And we're saying, well, it's a dev kit for one. Secondly, the game's it's not final code. We don't know the stipulations. And really, when you compare it to some of the weird shit that was happening with PS4 Pro dev kits, it's not really big, huge, fucking something to blow your face off about. Like,
let me ask you guys: do you guys think that Xbox should get in front of this as quickly as possible?
No.
They're kind of like, well,
no, it's a dev kit, man.
They don't need to say anything at all. It could have been a faulty unit, and not only that. I remember what was it, just a few years ago or no, last year before the Pro released, the PS4 Pros were melting, guys. Remember that headline?
Yeah.
Now, I did a video last year about the PS4 Slim, which was getting a lot of reports of overheating and loud noises and getting hot to the touch. Like they couldn't even touch the top of their PS4 Slim. And if anybody doesn't believe me, go to my video and just scroll the comment section. I was known for like bashing anything that PS4 did wrong. And in that video, I had PS4 guys in the comment section openly admitting how pissed off they were that their Slim was overheating. But we never heard anything after that because it was probably, 100 people or 500 people, and it was over.
Mm-hmm. When any kind of new tech comes out, there's always going to be some duds in there with anything.
Of course. She just happened to play one of them. That's all.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That really sucks, though.
There's always brand used trash.
Trash.
So, yeah, this console's been out. I think that's an advantage of announcing it a year ago plus, right? Like, Phil's had one in his house for like 6 months. He's been playing it. These guys have been testing the hell out of these things. So, she says it happened twice. You can go watch that video. As a matter of fact, I'll link that down in the description for you when this video renders to the channel. Come back, check it out. And, of course, that's her words. Of course, we're going to talk about it the same way we talk about a PS4 Pro overheating as well. News is news. This is something to talk about. And most importantly, we're adding a little bit of logic to it. It's not indicative of what you're going to get at launch. Like I said, the PS4 Pro had several hiccups as well in the dev kits. And we'll have to see what's going on with it. I think it's going to be a great product and give you tons of performance and be very silent while it's doing it,
Well, and forget, the Xbox One never had any problems with overheating, so that should just go to show you right there.
Well, she also mentioned that she is a believer in the Xbox One X now, so after she played the game, she actually wants one. So that's
Ron Baum says fake news. I don't know what to tell you, bro. It's apparently it's real. If you don't want to watch the video yourself, then you don't have to. But she said it, and it is what it is.
I just find it kind of sad that people are willing to just run with a headline and not actually do any research, because everyone's just so eager to be like, oh, it's overheating. It sucks.
I got something. Wait, let me grab it.
Got him. I'm like,
they'd rather us just be quiet and not say how it actually is in the facts. They'd rather us do that than say anything that could possibly give off any kind of negative stigma with anything Xbox, and that's not how we work. Fact is, it's not a big deal. It's not negative because it will be a non-issue.
Well,
that's why we're pretty talking about it.
Dealer, don't you think that some of this would have been leaked out into the press from developers if their dev kits were overheating?
You know, IGN love money, and that's the first thing they would have reported on for a year straight. So
exactly. That's all I gotta say. Case closed.
Yeah, it's
It's
it'll
one
be
person experience, guys. It's not the end of the world, man.
Yeah, and like I said, it's happened with the Pro too. So the Pro Dev Kit. So we'll have to wait and see. The console is going to be fucking awesome. For those still here, please hit that like button. Consider checking out the Patreon. It'll be linked down below. And of course, we're going to start with some outros. That's been our hour. We're going to start with Southbound, bro. Thanks for joining us for a pretty good podcast.
Yes, sir. It's always a pleasure being on here. You know, I'm definitely enjoying my time here on this new RDX podcast. I mean, it's not new for you guys, but it's new to me. So, again, I appreciate you guys having me, and much love to everybody out there listening, and hope to see you next week.
Fuck y'all damn frauds all day. How you been?
Man, I'm good, man. It was a good show, man. I had a good time. See you guys next week, and keep on gaming.
Yeah. Luca, what have you been up to?
Oh, it was a great show, guys, and I just want to say, Salfie, you know, we're really happy to have you, and you know, Salfie.
Luca, I love you, Luca.
I love you too, man. I love you too. And I love everyone
Cyber hug
listening. Like, all of you guys are awesome, and I love my RDX brothers. Like, it's a great show, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Noof Nukem frauds. That's a Mooch reference, by the way. You got to spell it with capital U, lowercase u, capital A, lowercase u, capital U, and then lowercase D. Yeah, that's how I yelled it. It was great. It was a really good time on Xbox Nation. Cole, how you been, bro?
Really good. Yeah, thanks guys for joining the podcast. It's fun. Let's play some games on Saturday. I'm going to be on playing, and just join the
Go
chat.
back Destiny, fraud.
Yeah.
No.
He's still playing Slime Rancher.
All right, let me stop. You enjoy that, Colt. All right, you enjoy that slime.
Enjoy that slime.
Goddamn booger simulator. Jesus.
Booger simulator. Like I said, guys, I will put that Andre Renee video in the description once the video uploads. Check it out. Don't just say she's lying or she's a fraud or whatever, you know, fake news, this or that. I thought, you know, if you hear her voice, I think it's pretty easy to determine. It was just a dev kit. It's not a big deal. I think that there's a reason you're not hearing about this everywhere in the media. So,
and you know what? She does a lot of stuff for Xbox, so I don't think she'd just make it, you know, false accusations just to, you know, make Xbox look bad. So.
Yeah, so and even this accusation doesn't make it look bad. You know, it's a dev kit, and who knows what's going on with the code. So, and there's been no other reports of this. So, you know, it's very isolated. Could be one unit, could be several different things. But anyways, guys, we're out. Thanks for watching. Of course, like I said, check the links down in the description and hit that like button. We're out.